Stephanie Milky here, aka Keto Mom, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the Keto Mom podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the Keto Mom Secrets podcast. Hey everybody, welcome to the Keto Mom page. My name is Stephanie, and let me tell you, it is storming. It is storming where I'm at. I'm tuning in from Minnesota, and I'm looking out at my lake, and it is like lightning bolts going across my lake like crazy. So if I lose the internet or you can't hear me, let me know. Give me a thumbs up or tell me if you can hear me. I would actually appreciate it. But I have done lots of lives the last couple days. And I did a live this morning on mindset. We talked about the 5-second rule, which was super powerful. We're going through the book together called the 5-second rule. So tune in the mornings. This afternoon, we talked about lunch and the power of your thoughts as we were working out and doing CrossFit today, and how I had part of my brain trying to talk me out of it and my other part going, no, you can do this. It's going to be amazing. Man, Cara, you were catching all of the lives. So as you're tuning in, tell me where you're tuning in from. I'm actually going to talk to you about two different things. I'm going to talk to you about why ketones, why I drink them, and then 6 steps that if you were to reach out to me, if you were to say, Stephanie, how do I get healthier, stronger? Like, how do I lose some weight? What can I do to feel better? These are the steps I'm going to walk you through. So where are you tuning in from? And we're going to dive into my story. So at any point in time, as I'm talking about ketones, I've got a brand new flavor that I'm going to share tomorrow, but I'll talk about what this is. If at any point in time, if you've never tried ketones, if you want a trial pack, if you actually want to see the interviews from the doctors that I have interviewed. So there's 2 specific doctors that I truly love to interview. Dr. Ryan Lowry, he actually wrote the book, The Ketogenic Bible. He is one of the formulators of our product. He is so knowledgeable about ketones in the body. He has an incredible Instagram page. And I actually interviewed him a couple months ago. So Dr. Ryan Lowry really works with athletes and understands ketones in the body and outside the body. And then I also interviewed Dr. Andy Campitelli. We call her Dr. Andy. She's in Canada. Dr. Ryan's in Florida. And Dr. Andy works with women, all women doctor, and she works with women, hormones, really incredible. So as I'm talking to you about my story and where we started and why I drink ketones and the 6 steps to help you get started on how I feel would help you start as a diet and then create a lifestyle, post interview in the comments if you've never seen the interviews, and I'll send them to you so that you can listen to them from a doctor's point of view, because I am a homeschool mom of 4 girls who I've learned a ton over the last 8 years, but I'm not a doctor, but I've learned a lot from these doctors. So, all right, here's what happened about this time 8 years ago. My husband was doing the keto diet. Anybody on here doing the keto diet? And when I say the keto diet, he was tracking every single thing he put in his mouth. He was weighing it on a food scale. He was pricking his finger to make sure he was in ketosis, and so much more. He was doing the keto diet. How if somebody says, how do I do keto? That to me is the keto diet. If you're doing low carb, that's great. If you're doing, some people say lazy keto or dirty keto. There's lots of different versions of keto, but keto to me is really high fat, really low carb. My husband was doing that. He had 5 friends that started with him and 0 friends that ended with him as far as the diet went. And I helped him fail miserably. And one day he came to me and he said, Stephanie, I found something. And I feel like you can't see my face. So I'm sorry it's so dark in my house. It's like black outside. Black, like storming black. So anyways, one day he came to me and he goes, Stephanie, I found something. And if it works, it's going to change thousands of people's lives. So he handed me this little packet, which by the way, so here's Here, there's lots of flavors. When I tried these little packets, there was one flavor. It was an orange one. It's the only one that we had. Now, look at all the flavors that we have. And you guys, for real, the interviews that I did with these doctors that formulated this product and that coach people on it are incredible. So post interview below. You can go check it out. If at any point in time you want to know more about the product, you can post trial in the comments and we'll chat. He handed me a packet. He said, hey, babe, I want you to drink this. And I said, hey, babe, I actually hate drinking things. I was a mom, a homeschool mom at that time, had 4 littles. And I was the mom that ate chicken nuggets, corn dogs, mac and cheese, Debbie's snacks. 8 years ago to this day, I had not touched anything green in my life. A vegetable to me was cream corn. I had never eaten salad in my life. I didn't eat vegetables. I ate things that came out of a box. That's what I was comfortable with, and it's what I liked. So when he handed me a packet, I was like, man, babe, I will try it. He's like, I promise you, you're going to love it. And I said, I promise you, I will try drinking it. And please, if I don't like, I was like, I'm going to try it. If I don't love it, which I don't know if I was just super skeptical. So I took this little packet. I went away to a homeschool conference and I actually called him. So I snuck away in the bathroom a handful of times. It might be gross, but I was peeing on those little strips. Because if you do the keto diet, what you can do is you can go pee on these little strips. If they turn the strip purple, you're in ketosis, right? You can prick your finger, test your pee, your urine. I should say urine. Anyways, my stick was turning purple and I was like, I called my husband and I was like, babe, I don't know what this is. I've never had anything that keeps me awake, especially at 2:30 or 3 o'clock. I feel incredible. I'm not starving. My brain is turned on. Whatever it is, don't get rid of any of them because I need them. And I was not a supplement girl. And so what I'll tell you is this. Over the last 8 years, this packet, which I have not gone a day without, here's what this does. And you'll hear in the interviews, if you want the interviews, post interview below from the doctors. But you take this packet, you put it in some water, you shake it up, you drink it. It does not break your fast. Or if you're a breakfast eater, you eat breakfast and drink it after breakfast. You put it in 16 ounces of water. You drink it under an hour. And you're going to feel amazing. Ketones help turn your brain on. Ketones are brain fuel. They help turn your appetite down so you're not eating as much. They get your booty off the couch. They help you they give you energy to stay awake. And I joke about it, but I tell people I used to be the mom that napped every single day at 3 o'clock, and I haven't napped in 8 years. And I don't take that lightly. Like my brain is turned on every day. This is my tool of choice, not a magic pill. It's a tool. Some of you drink pots of coffee. Some of you drink energy drinks. Some of you go through like a sugar crashes up and down because you're tired. And so oftentimes I'll say, grab a trial pack. Why? This is how I started. I didn't start with the keto diet. I didn't start the Keto Mom page with the keto diet. My husband was doing the keto diet. He needed to lose 50 pounds and I was a tired mom. So I took this packet. I felt amazing. I have been drinking it for 8 years. And what I've learned about this is most people need something to help them. Some people have, like I said, pots of coffee. They have their different things that help get them through the day, whether you have an entire drawer of chocolate or snacks or whatever it is for you. I started with ketones and then I worked on drinking more water. So I have 6 steps that if I was to coach you on how to get started, this is what I would talk to you about. If you're brand new and you're like, I need some help. Hey, I need to get started. If you're new, post new below so I can say hi. Yes, post trials below. So Felicia, if you want trials or anybody else, post trial because this is what it's going to look like. You're going to get a variety of flavors. I mail them out every single day. Pack them up. You try your favorite flavor. You test out your energy, your focus, your appetite control. You figure out, I'm going to work with you. So I'm going to work with you on trying the product and then these 6 basic steps. So the first thing I'm going to say is, which flavor of ketone are you going to try? Which, by the way, we have a brand new one coming sometime soon, maybe sometime this week. I would say think raspberry, vanilla. One of my friends thinks it tastes like a Swedish fish. So I'm going to shake this up tomorrow. and I'm super excited about it. I'll keep you posted. If you're already a customer and this looks like this would be your flavor, we will chat. But what's so great about this company, first of all, is we lead with education. We have tons of incredible research, doctors that talk about ketones and what they do for you. And most people want fat loss, and I get it. I will help you with that. Whether you want to be keto, low carb, I've got people that are paleo and Whole30 eating their version of healthy. You don't have to be keto. In fact, I would actually say more people have longer success and actually stick with this when they're drinking ketones and they are actually doing low carb and they're not being crazy strict keto, because what happens is people feel so stuck with this keto diet. They actually don't usually do it right. They end up gaining weight because they eat too much fat. They don't track their food. They get frustrated and they quit. But if you drink ketones, they come in caffeine and caffeine free. It's going to help turn your brain on in the morning. It's going to help with your appetite. You're not going to be snacking all day. And we're going to work on things like after you drink ketones, what I started doing is I got rid of the orange juice and the strawberry pop, and I started drinking more water. So number one, I want to talk to you about ketones. Number two, I'm going to say, how much water are you drinking? This is you and me. Like, I'm coaching you as you're trying the product. I'm going to be like, hey, what are you drinking? Let's get rid of some of that sugary stuff. Let's work on half your body weight in ounces of water. Then we're going to focus on your food. I would encourage you to do more low carb. Buns off the burgers, croutons off the salad. Grab some protein in a veggie versus the French fries and the sugary snacks, right? And eating when you're hungry, not when you're bored. So when I work with people on their food, I say, listen, you can either intermittent fast or eat breakfast. Breakfast should be protein, or add some avocado to your eggs. Like, let's eat and be mindful, but you don't need to be snacking all day. I'll talk about intermittent fasting in a second. So number one is ketones. Number two is how much water are you drinking? Number three, we're going to focus on your meals and not go with the outcome of perfect keto, but low carb that you can sustain forever, right? Not, oh, I thought I heard tornado sirens. Hold on. I mean, it is wildly storming. I just need to make sure I did not hear tornado sirens, but we should be fine. I don't hear them. My kids would freak anyways. So, so what you're eating. And actually for the first year, I got up in the morning, I drank a pack of ketones. I felt amazing. It turned my brain on. It helped me make better decisions. And I focused on one meal at a time, one day at a time. So I focused on breakfast. When I felt like that was great, I focused on lunch and dinner, and I focused on proteins, and I tried a new veggie often, because remember, prior to this product, I'd never eaten a vegetable unless it was cream corn from a can, and that was my veggie. And I bet you somebody else is the same. After we focus on ketones, water, your food. Oh, I forgot the number one thing. Actually, ketones get bumped down to number two. I'll talk about it at the end. So ketones, water, your meals, I'm going to help you with. Then we're going to dive into moving your body. And Dr. Ryan will say, if you listen to the interview, he will say, if you can work on getting 10,000 steps in and just moving your body, that will help you immensely. If you can lift some weights 2 to 3 days a week, if it works for you, awesome. And I know everybody has different capabilities when it comes to movement. You do what your body can physically do, but he said, do not underestimate the power of getting your steps in. 10,000 steps. If you're at like 2,000, maybe work to the 10,000, but your goal should be to go for a walk and get your body moving. If you can go to a gym, or there's free YouTube workouts, get yourself some weights and do a little bit of weight training. It is important, because the older that we get, I promise you, Dr. Ryan talks about this, the number one thing you never want to lose is your muscle. And ketones actually help with muscle preservation. They help with sparing your muscle. And as we age, that is huge, 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 huge. So moving your body. And the last thing that I dive into with people after we work on ketones, after we work on water, after we focus on your food, after we talk about moving your body, we dive into fasting. And it doesn't have to be a crazy fast. Like, we do 60-hour fasts or intermittent fasting. Basically, think about it like this. I'm skipping breakfast. And you might go, wait, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And I'm going to go, that's a lie. If you want to eat breakfast, go for it. You just don't need a bowl of cereal, right? So think about it like this. Intermittent fasting is great, but when somebody is just diving into eating healthy, we're going to focus on making it stair steps, right? Not diving into all of it so you don't get frustrated and don't get overwhelmed. I don't want you to quit. I want you to work on this slowly. So intermittent fasting will come when you feel great, you're focused on your water, you're moving your body, you feel like you've got your meals under control, not with the understanding of your meals being perfect, but low carb is great. And intermittent fasting is basically you shut the kitchen lights off after dinner, you go to the next day lunch. Why? Because your body needs to rest like you need to rest, right? So when you need to sleep, your body actually needs to digest food and sleep as well. And so if you're only getting 3 hours of sleep, you would be crabby. Guess what? Your body's the same way. If you eat from the time you get up to the time you go to bed, think about your body as exhausted, constantly working on digesting food, not getting to rest, and then having to store it, which is why we become overweight, right? We're eating too much food. So the 6 steps that I really help people understand, and I missed the first one, but I've talked about it all day today, is being mindful. So here on the page, we go through books. I give you mindset tips. I talk about being aware. I talk about fueling your mind like you fuel your body. Your body needs water and good food. It needs ketones. Your brain needs good things to listen to, things to watch that it's going to feed so that you don't dive into this negative mindset and give up, because the only way you fail is if you quit, right? So normally this is what I would do. When people ask me how to get back on track or how to stay motivated, the first thing I usually say is, what are you reading? What are you reading? Who are you listening to? Who are you watching? So what in order, my 6 steps are, what are you reading or what are you listening to? We're going to talk about mindfulness. Then I go to ketones. Then I go to water. Then we focus on your food. Then we focus on moving your body. And then we dive into intermittent fasting. For those who asked about ketones, they're incredible. I've been drinking them for 8 years. I have 2 doctors that I interviewed recently. If you post interview in the comments, both of the doctors will share with you what they actually do from a molecular level. They talk about these being like little transmitters. They talk about them in so many different aspects of your body and how your body will use them. So your body can make their own ketones. You can drink them. This won't stop your body from making its own ketones, but I want you to listen to the doctors. So post interview below. If you want to know more about how to grab a trial pack, a variety of flavors, post trial in the comments. For those of you who watch my stories, I'm constantly talking about lots of different things. And one of them is also, there's a lot of you on here that already drink ketones and you're already loving them. I was just on a Zoom with my team and everybody on the Zoom loves ketones and they also want to share it with other people. And so I am looking for I'm not just going to say moms. I'm looking for other people. I work with a lot of moms, but other people who already are working on their own journey, but they want to take other people with them, right? Like when you share your favorite movie or you share your favorite restaurant, or I tell everybody you all need a membership to Costco. It's the same thing. If you want to join my team and you want to know more about how you can share ketones, what that looks like, I'm going to tell you something. People usually start with me and they drink ketones and they feel amazing and they fall in love with our community because our community becomes your friends. They become like-minded. You are around some unbelievable people that help you with your mindset. It's a community of unbelievable people. And so that's what I'm looking for. We have something called the Dollar Business Club, and it's done for the rest of the year after this week. So if you've ever thought about sharing something from home, or you want to create an extra income, or you want to help inspire people or help other people as you are on your own journey, post community in the comments because I want to chat with you. It's super, I love it. It's incredible. It's grown me as a person and I get to help do the same thing for other people. And so post community below. I would love to chat with you more about it. Otherwise, for those of you who've been going, hey, what's that new flavor? I'm going to shake this up in the morning. I will try it for you. Think raspberry / vanilla / Swedish fish. You're going to love it. And so otherwise, if you've never tried them, post trial in the comments. We've got a variety box that you get to try. We'll chat more about that. Otherwise, if you're just getting started and need a foods list, post food in the comments. I'm going to give you the very basic foods list of how I started. I did not dive into this lifestyle with all of these crazy recipes. I dove in with understanding I'm going to try a new vegetable, protein. I'm going to eat less sugar. I'm going to drink more water. I'm going to eat when I'm hungry. I'm not going to eat when I'm bored. I was very aware and very mindful of what I was putting in my body and then moving my body and fueling my body the best that I could. So that's it. Yes, post food below. So Connie, post food below if you want to know more, post trials below. Reach out with any questions that you have. I would love to connect with you. Otherwise, continue to tune in because there's lots more things I'm excited to share in this upcoming week. Mother's Day is around the corner. We're going to be traveling. We're going to Florida. We're super excited. As always, continue to tune into the page. Your presence matters. Thanks for asking questions because it gives me ideas of things that you're looking for so that I know what to talk about. I've been doing lives and sharing things on this page for 8 years. So sometimes I'm like, I feel like a broken record, but there's so many new faces and so many new names. And so I look forward to meeting so many new people, sharing ketones. Continue to tune in, reach out with questions. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.